All right, big things are happening this week, guys. This is a message for all signs, the whole collective. Now, we got death on the board, and I looked on the bottom, and I saw that there's the world card on the bottom of the deck. This is like huge changes are happening to everybody, for everybody maybe. Doesn't mean it's happening to you, but changes are afoot. So whether this is in your personal life, like you're personally feeling these changes happening in your life, or it's a little bit removed from you and you're seeing changes happen in your town, statewide, or even like greater scale changes, like government-wide, whatever. There are changes happening and they're huge. The world and death, they're huge. Now, I did see some things when I felt the energy behind your cards. I saw a chain, like a metal chain. Now, I don't think that the chain is, because the chain stands for connection, but we're talking about death, we're talking about changes. So I think there are still changes happening. So maybe the changes are happening this week, but the other things that I saw lead me to believe they're a bit slow. I saw a couch, okay? I saw a couch. So these changes, I mean, they're going to happen. They're unavoidable, right? They're tied to the chain. Death is happening. But people are like not really making it go fast. People are kind of like, how do I put this? Procrastinating. People are procrastinating. No, people are not really being like proactive with regards to these changes, so they're happening slow. And then the last thing that I saw was a shadow. Now, it was your own shadow is kind of the vibe that I got from it. So people I think people don't want to face their own shadows. They don't want to face certain things about themselves. They're procrastinating. And yet, it's gonna happen. Now let's pull more cards and see if we can figure out anything else. Okay, we've got 3 of Wands and the 7 of Cups. So for a lot of you, this is not necessarily personal changes. So 3 of Wands and the 7 of Cups is stuff that's like not even your business. 3 of Wands is other people, other situations, stuff you're watching. And then 7 of Cups, that's stuff that you may not even really be privy to the details about. You're kind of watching from a distance, and so there's a lot of unknowns. But regardless of that, so I don't think you guys are feeling the changes in your personal life. If you're watching this video, I think you're witnessing changes happening to other people around you. And now I'm still curious about the shadow and the couch. So let's keep going. 6 of Cups and Strength. 6 of Cups and Strength. You're kind of like waiting for something to happen. You're like, when is this gonna get good? When is this gonna actually get good? And you're waiting for it to turn in like a positive way. So the changes that are happening, you're hoping it's gonna be good changes. And you're kind of holding out for the changes to be good, even though there's still that shadow. There's still a shadow over this whole thing. And a 7 of Swords, or 8 of Swords. We haven't seen whether the changes are going to be good or bad, okay? So that is the shadow. I think the shadow is the lack of information. It's the lack of knowing what the future brings. When we know the changes will happen, we know changes one way or the other. There's going to be changes. The question is, are they going to be good changes? Are they going to be bad changes? We still don't know. And part of the reason we don't know is because they're happening so slow, because people are slow about pushing them along. Let's pull oracle cards and see if we can find out more information. Tell me more, and I specifically want to know more about this shadow. I understand the couch and I understand the chain, right? But the shadow, tell me more about what's going on here for the whole collective, okay? The heart. The bread reversed, okay, and the sun. So some people still don't want to give up certain things. Some people are still kind of like fighting changes because they have some kind of advantage, and it means they have to give up something, they have to lose something. The bread reverse is giving up something that you kind of have basically made part of your life, like. Let's say, for example, it's for something that you rely on. And this person or this, the changing circumstances requires that somebody gives up the thing that they have been relying on. Let's see what else. And and there we go. And that's why they're still sitting on these changes. That's why there hasn't been movement. Look, the foot with the bed. They're sleeping. They're procrastinating. The elements that are making the changes go slow are the people who stand to lose something, and they're obstinate. They don't want to lose the things that they've been holding on to. It's kind of putting like it's throwing a wrench in like the whole process, and it's making it slow. It doesn't change the fact that changes will happen, but it's making the process slow, and that's why we haven't seen. That's why it's slow. Let's see. Saturn. I mean, Saturn is it's the wall. It's also using the power of authority. This person has the ability to put the brakes on changes. And they are. Let's pull some advice. Let's pull some advice and see what you can do about the fact that people don't want change. Some people don't want change, and some people are fighting it. Some people are just trying to slow it down as much as possible, even though they know it can't be helped. Okay, let's see if there's any advice here for the collective. Whether you want change or not, let's see what the advice here is. Because change seems to be happening. Change is happening. Page of Wands. Page of Wands, Ten of Pentacles. Okay, be part of the change. Be proactive. Don't be fighting the change, because the change is going to be good. First of all, the change is good. Ten of Pentacles. It's just like a rough patch. It's a transition. It's the people who are just afraid that they're going to lose something, who are fighting change, but it's only temporary. Even if they were to lose something, it would be temporary. It'd be a temporary loss, temporary setback. It's like, change is good. I mean, the cards are saying change is good. So be part of it. Be proactive. It's eventually going to pay off. Ten of Pentacles. Even if there's some sort of a temporary difficulty. Six of Swords in the meantime. Let's see what else. You can't fight change. You can't fight it. And that's all this is. It's fear. It's fear-based. It's a fear-based response. Anyone who is fighting change, who is holding on to the past because they're afraid of losing something they had, it's a fear-based response. First of all, it ain't gonna work. Okay, Five of Swords at the Moon. It ain't gonna work, and it's just pure fear. And yeah, I mean, it is. It's working in the sense that Seven of Wands. It halts the process. And it kind of throws a wrench into the works. It doesn't change any outcomes. It doesn't change the future. It doesn't change the timeline. You can fight all you want. You can slow down the timeline all you want, but fighting change doesn't get you where you want to go. Whoever's fighting the change. Let's see if we get any last advice here from the Oracle. Any last advice here for the collective, all signs? Any last advice? Maybe we'll get some advice for the people who, well, actually, I guess we got advice for both people. Anything else? Gemini. All right. Gemini's a lot of things. I'm going to need another card. Gemini with the Moon. Wow. That is sharing your opinion and sharing how you feel with people. Because, like I said, some people need to get exposed to a different perspective. Some people need a different perspective because, like I said, they're stuck in this fear-based perspective. And they need someone else's perspective to get out of it. Maybe you're one of those people. And you need to talk to somebody just to have somebody tell you, change is good. That's what this other person would say is, look, change can be good. Don't be afraid of change. The Moon is also fear. And we can make it good. The foot with the Sun here is, we can make it however we want. We can make it good. It's a matter of where we want to go. Like, it's a matter of the perspective. It's a matter of basically choosing to go in a direction that we want to go, and then following through and having the discipline to follow through with that. Okay, I think that's it, guys. I think that's it. I think everybody has a little bit, somebody in their life who can stand to benefit from another person's perspective, who is less fearful, right? I think all of us have somebody like that. So share the wealth. If you don't have the fear, if you don't fear change, then share the wealth with somebody who is acting out of fear of change, right? All right, collective, that's your reading. Thank you guys for being here. Don't forget to share, subscribe, follow the channel, and check out Patreon. Links are below. I'll see you guys next time.